Hello everybody, thanks for watching. It's Tanya here. The last video that went up was my lipstick 2016 favorites, liquid and regular lipsticks. And for me, that was supposed to be a one-part video, but it was so long that I couldn't bring myself to do just one video on it. So this is part 2 of my 2016 favorites, and this is kind of all of the face stuff, because I have a whole separate video for eye stuff. And I have to do it that way because I was pulling products thinking I was just going to do one big video, and then ended up with so many products in front of me that I couldn't pick between them. So this one is kind of all face stuff combined, and some brushes kind of thrown in for the fun. So I'm going to start with beauty products as opposed to cosmetic items. So let's talk about skincare. For me, I use 2 products kind of every single day. The first one is an oldie but a goodie. This is the MAC Cleanse Off Oil. I use this to remove my makeup. Really stubborn eye makeup, like what I'm wearing today because I put liner on today. Right? Yeah. You know it's a special day on this channel when there's liner on my eyes, because that almost never happens. But I use this to take my makeup off. I rotate between this and Crude, but generally what I do is I'll use this on my eye area to get the stubborn mascara off, my brow product off. Sometimes if I'm wearing a liquid lipstick, I'll put it there, and then I'll take Crude in my hand. If you've never heard of Crude, I'm gonna link their website down below. This stuff is amazing. I'm very good friends with Michelle Money. Her sister Denise Cartwright is actually who created this. This stuff is so good, you guys. Candy Johnson is raved about this because a good friend of mine, Megan, sent her some of it and she loves it. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is so good for your skin. It's not even funny and it's so natural. So I'll use this to eye and lip remove, and then I will put this in my hand and get it all over my face, and then use the pull cloth to pull all the makeup out, and that's my whole kind of cleansing routine. I find that when I use these 2 together, I don't need to do anything else. So those are like my 2 go-tos. And then there's been kind of 3 products that have entered my world this year that I just cannot live without. The first one is Sunday Riley Luna, which is in my bathroom. I forgot it and I'm not going back. But Sunday Riley is really blown up this year. It's been big in the UK for a long time now, but we hadn't heard about it in North America, and now it's really blowing up here. I own quite a few Sunday Riley products. I really love the brand, and the ones that I recommend the most are the Luna oil. I love that. It helps with skin discoloration. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to have these really kind of dark patches from PCOS or PCOS that I used to get kind of down here along my jawline. Those are gone since using Sunday Riley Luna. It's really helped my skin rejuvenate. I really, really love it. And I pair that with Tidal, which is this one. This one actually, I keep it in my room because I put it on every night before I go to bed. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has enzymes. It smooths, it exfoliates, it helps deal with hyperpigmentation, it illuminates from within. I love this stuff. It says to apply this to your skin twice a day, morning and night. The only issue with Tidal is it is so hydrating that this is not something you can put on in the morning and then put makeup on. I find that when this goes on, it needs a good hour to 2 hours to really set into my skin before I can put anything on top of it. So I recommend this more as a night treatment. I know some people say you can use it in the morning, and they say you can, but your makeup will be a disaster if you try and put it on top of this until it's fully in your skin. So I just use this at night before I go to bed. And then my eye cream, which I've noticed such a huge difference in my fine lines under my eyes and my puffiness. This has been my go-to. It's the Shiseido by Performance Super Corrective Eye Cream. It's a little pump. I absolutely love this Shiseido product. This has been my holy grail for 2016. I got this at the duty free when I came back from Mexico in February of 2016, and I freaking love it. I've been using it almost every day. It's my favorite eye cream. Now, if you've watched any of my recent tutorials, you know that the #1 thing I do before I put on my makeup these days is this bad boy. This is my travel size, which I'm almost out of. I can see, and thank God I've got another one on the way. But this is the Clinique Pep-Start eye cream. I don't use this as an eye cream. I find that it sets in really nicely very quickly, and it completely does a good job of smoothing out my under eyes and depuffing. So I put this on about 10 minutes before I start my eye makeup, and I find it's made such a huge difference in my under eye makeup. I absolutely love this stuff. So that's all of my like beauty, skincare related products. Now we're gonna get into the makeup stuff. So my go-to primer this year has been the Makeup Forever Step 1 hydrating primer. They have 4 different kinds. They have a regular one, an oil control, a smoothing one, and the hydrating one. I have drier skin, so the hydrating one is kind of like my go-to everyday must-own thing. But I recommend all of this line. This is such a good primer. I love the reformulation of it. It works beautifully, does its job, keeps everything smooth on the skin, and I find that my foundation is wearing really well and longer because of this. Granted, moving into the foundation, I do love this and I rave about this, and anyone who ever asks me to color match them or about the foundation that I recommend the most, I'm sure you guys can all put it in the comments. I'll give you a second to type it out. It's this bad boy. This is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm in the color number 2. I love this foundation. I love this foundation. I have raved about this and raved about this. I recommend it to everybody. It works good on everybody. It looks amazing on everybody. This stuff is the shiz. I love this. Their shade line can be a bit confusing, so just, you know, if you're near a Sephora, go in and actually get samples, take them home, try them, see what works for you. But they do have a more yellow base, they do have a more pink base, but this foundation is just so good. So good. And then for drugstore options for foundations, I talk about L'Oreal True Match all the time. This year, this L'Oreal product slightly bumped that out of the water. There's 2 formulations of this. There's the Pro Matte and there's the Pro Glow. I love both of these. I do think the Pro Matte is more full coverage, which doesn't surprise me because generally foundations that are meant to control oil and are more matte do tend to have more coverage than foundations that are more glowy. So that's a common thing. This is buildable though, and I like that about it. I also like that they both have a fairly decent shade range. They have some pinks and some yellows. Definitely more yellow in this line than pink. I do love both of these. This one was actually something I was going to use up in a Project 10 pan because I don't always love the way this one looks on me. I find it a little bit cakey because I don't have that oily skin. But what I've learned about this is that when I want a completely full coverage, really matte look, this is the foundation that I reach for. So I'm hanging on to it. I don't want to finish it off just yet. But these 2 are great drugstore alternatives. Now, correctors, this is my same one every year. And I didn't even want to talk about double products this year, but I can't not talk about this product because I love pale pink so much that I literally have gone through 2 pans of this year. And I finally cannot justify buying another 6-pack just for that one color. And MAC unfortunately does not make that one color as a single. I'm going to talk to them about that because I feel like it needs to happen. I feel like it is such an iconic corrector color that needs to happen. But they do make that color in this Studio Conceal and Correct Duo Stick, but it's just a little bit of a more liquidy application. I prefer the cream, but this color is identical to it and it works just as well. And I do like this. I just prefer the cream formulation for my dark circles. Now we're moving into the wonderful world of concealers. This is a holy grail. I talk about NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer so much on this channel, it's not even funny. My 2 favorite colors are Chantilly and Vanilla. I love this. It's what I'm wearing today. It's flawless. It doesn't crease. It looks amazing. This is my holy grail, like ride or die forever concealer. Now, I had tried the NYX pot concealers years ago and I really didn't like them. And everybody was raving to me about how good the NYX concealer was. And Michelle was trying to... You're interrupting my 2016 favorites video.
Oh, are you live?
No, I'm on filming a video. Here, this is my best friend Kayla.
No.
So Michelle has been on me literally almost this entire year to try a new concealer and I've really been hesitant. But she was like, you have to try the NYX HD. I don't know why you don't like it. Then it turns out they reformulated it and they put it into wands. And I really love this stuff. It's pretty comparable to the NARS Creamy Radiant, except it's probably a little less coverage. This is more full coverage. I find this a little bit smoother, but for drugstore price, this is pretty close. And I use the colors Porcelain and Fair. I also have color number 3... Light, which this I use more to cover blemishes or color discoloration, where this I used for brightening, these 2, because they're a little bit lighter. Now, for actual face products, highlights, cheeks, and bronzer, I have been obsessed with a specific combination this year. The Laura Geller Baked Bronze and Brighten in medium, which is amazing, and this brush. The Sigma Soft Angled Contour F23. I absolutely love these 2 together. I love that this is a swirled product. This is the only thing I caution you of if you're going to buy this bronzer and you're more fair. They have one in light, but I find that it's not bronze enough for me. I bought one that has very little of the dark patches. You can see there's a dark patch here and kind of a dark patch here, but all up and around here is more pink and light. And I just try and keep my brush swirl more in those areas and only use the dark areas in the summertime. But this is great. It goes on beautifully. It's what I'm wearing today. Second to that, I'm loving the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder in Natural. This is number 1. This is huge, but it smells so good. But it's such a nice matte bronzer. You guys can see how much I've used this. The indentations on it are almost gone. I absolutely love this bronzer. Those have been like my 1 and 2. And as someone who never really bronzed a lot, the fact that I have 2 bronzers in my top products of 2016 should tell you how great these are, because I am bronzing all the time now and I absolutely love it. I love the face definition. For highlighter, I have been swearing by 3 products this year. One is a product that I've had forever that I don't talk about a lot, and I don't know why I don't talk about it a lot. I think it was in my products I don't talk about very much video. This is the Lord & Berry Luminizer Stick in the color Moon. This is just a like stick that I've used so much of, but it looks like this, and it is the most reflective thing you've ever seen. And I'm already wearing highlight today, so I don't want to add more to it. But this is great because it's kind of a creamier product. I use it a lot here just to kind of look, pop up that Cupid's bow, make it really out and shiny. Underneath my eyebrow is a really good place for this one, because while it is super reflective, it also blends out beautifully. So it doesn't have that like shine, but it really draws light to it. That has been probably one of my go-to products this year. I often will put it on a beauty blender and pat it into my skin before I apply my highlight, and it just makes everything glow that much more. I really love that. This has been my most used, most versatile product of 2016. This is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the color Celestial. This was the highlighting one. These are super liquidy. Can you guys see that? Super liquidy drops. They're beautiful. You need like the lightest amount of these if you're going to put these on your face. The lightest amount. They are super reflective, really beautiful. Absolutely love these so much. I mix them in with my foundation. Sometimes I mix them in with my moisturizer. Sometimes I use them straight on my cheeks. This is probably my most versatile product of the entire year. Then we have one more highlighter and then some blushes, and then we're done. So this Becca highlighter Moonstone, this is the only compact Becca highlighter I've ever gotten all the way through and needed to purchase a second. Moonstone is beautiful. It's really shimmery. It's very like champagne gold. Put it on my hand. That's it right there. Do you see how natural it is though? You can totally blend this out so it's really soft and easy on the cheeks, or you can really build it up to make it super intense depending on what you like or what you want. I really love Moonstone. I think it's a great staple highlighter for most people. Now, my most used blushes for 2016 would have to have been Peach Pop from Clinique. I love the cheek pops in general, but this one is the most beautiful natural, ignore the lipstick stains on my hand. This is the most beautiful natural peach color. It looks gorgeous on the skin. That's it right there. Remember that I'm putting this over highlighter now, so it's got more shimmer than it actually does. This is great for a light dusting on your cheeks if you just want to look alive and awake. I love this one. Now, I've also become very much in love with Snapdragon from Becca. This is a luminous blush, so it has a little bit more of a shine to it, and it's so beautiful. It's a lot like Peach Pop, but probably a little deeper, a little more pink. Snapdragon, Peach Pop. They are very similar. That is the tone of blush I tend to gravitate towards, is that like peachy, corally pink. I find that it just gives my cheeks such a nice flush. So yeah, Snapdragon and Peach Pop are 2 of my favorites. And then this one from Marc Jacobs, just called Lines in Last Night. The name is so inappropriate, but I like that I can really play with this blush and like make it more coral or make it more orange, depending on how I'm feeling. That's it right there. This is beautiful. It's a matte formula and you get a ton of product. I really, really love that blush. Now for drugstore blushes, it's kind of been one specific palette over and over and over again. And this is the Morphe 9N. It's the 9 neutral palette, so it's like 9 blushes. They're all neutral toned. I love them. The only two I really don't use in here is this dark brown. I think I'm going to use this one as an eyeshadow. It's just really dark, but it's beautiful. And this one is another one. I think I would wear this one as this one next to it, the really warm tone brown. Again, gorgeous matte eyeshadow, just not something that I wear on my cheeks all that often. But those two I could totally use as eyeshadows. The rest of the palette is the best consistency, so smooth, super blendable, and really great neutral colors. Like this is a great neutral, this is a great neutral, this is a great neutral, this is even a little bit brighter. These are beautiful and blendable. This is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. Give you guys quick hand swatches of them. Gorgeous neutral palette. If you're somebody who only wears more neutrally toned blushes, I highly recommend the 9N from Morphe. Now we have 2 setting sprays and then we have face powders. So we're just gonna get through those and then we are done. So 2 setting sprays. This one is an oldie. It's always in my favorites. It's something that I use all the time. It's the MAC Fix Plus. I just get the original one. I spray this all day, every day. I don't think I love anything as much as I love this. It doesn't even really do anything, but I just love this. And then new to the game, and I don't even know if you can still get this, so I was hesitant to talk about it, but I love it so much. It's the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. This is like a primer, a setting spray, a refresher. So good. Smells so good. Like clean, citrusy goodness. I love this stuff. If you can still get your hands on this, get it, because it's so, so good. Now I kept face powders to last because I know this is going to be controversial. I just know it. I know it's going to be controversial. So I'm going to start with the most affordable face powder that I use, love, and recommend all the time. It's the Coty, C-O-T-Y, Original Formula Air Spun Loose Face Powder. I love this. It does have a really strong floral scent, which I hate. But once it's on, the scent goes away, and this is like, I don't even know, 12 bucks from Walmart or less than that. You get so much product in this. You get 65 grams of product. If you can handle the initial smell when you put it on, that's a great powder. One of my favorites. Now, a step up from that, and probably my most used and most loved, is my Laura Mercier translucent powder. You're getting 29 grams in this. It's something like 36 American, 42 Canadian, or around there. This is a beautiful powder. It literally goes on and makes your face look like silk. I absolutely love this. This is probably my most repurchased face powder. I absolutely love this. It is my holy grail go-to favorite. Now, towards the end of this year, I was in Utah and I made a purchase that like I would never make. It's just not something I would buy. But this isn't something that we can buy in Canada. La Mer does not sell makeup products in Canada yet. They only sell their skincare. And I had been dying to try this, use this, love this. After trying this once, I was like, I'm going to try it. If I love it, I'll keep it. If I hate it, I'll take it back. It is what it is. After trying this once, I couldn't imagine my life without it. So this is the La Mer, the powder. It is their translucent setting powder. Comes in this gorgeous jar. It looks just beautiful. It's the most finely milled, most light reflective, so brightening, so beautiful. This is my favorite product, probably of all of 2016. When I look at everything in front of me, it's like, it's gotta be up in the top 3 for sure. But just to kind of break down the price difference for you guys, you're getting 65 grams in this for like $12 US. You're getting 29 grams of product in this one. So just under half of this one for about 36 US. And in this one, you're getting 8 grams of product. 8. For 90, I think it's 90 US. I know. Sometimes the things we love are expensive. This is one of those things. So there you have it. That is my face roundup for this year. And then I will have an eye one coming just after this one. So this whole week is just going to be a wind down of my favorite products 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and share it with your friends. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.